You lucky lot. You don't know how lucky you are. It is me. I'm by myself. I haven't even had time. Look at this. I haven't even had time to sort this out. You can see I have no friends. But I tell you what, this is going to be one hell of a recap because I've got some ideas, right? I've sorted out backup dancers, right? I've sorted out music. There's going to be musicals. There's going to be one all about me by myself. Just me, myself, and I. It's going to be amazing. You're going to all love it. Stay tuned and be ready for this. I mean, I've never put so much hard work into being by myself. And honestly, I'm really looking forward to this. You can see the amount of work I've put in because I've just noticed along the bottom of the screen, it still says lasers and feelings. And but honestly, you guys just do not understand how much work I've put in. So where do we begin? Well, let me tell you. First of all, let me tell you I have been forsaken by all of my friends. I was hoping that at least one of them would turn up. But I'll be honest with you, I'm disappointed. Hello, Janet Makes. Hello. All of my friends have forsaken me. No, I'm only kidding. All incredibly busy. And I don't blame them, to be honest. But where do we begin? Well, let me tell you a story. A story about myself. Which is, I spent some time over last weekend at the cinema. Oh, yes. And I was lucky enough to go and see a adventure, as it were, the new Poirot film. Oh. I was just about to set up the first big musical number. What? David, can you look? I can hear myself actually. I can hear me through you. So, look. I don't know what you think you're doing here, David, but you've
don't even look at you. Hence my camera's off. I don't want to even look at you.
You're not even willing for me to see your face. That's how disapproving you are of me, is it?
Only a blessing. You don't deserve that.
Well, funnily enough, I forgot to unclick the mute button. So the first 10 seconds of that, nobody heard what you said. But
Well,
exactly.
that's why you were on your own.
Yeah, I really am. I feel
I'm not actually busy.
You're not busy.
No.
You lied to me. You said to me, Rob, I'm so busy. You need to rush. Don't walk. Run to the computer. Oh my God! Guess who's just turned up? Literally just outside the door. It's another person. Ben has just literally.
Oh, the pity party has begun.
Yeah, I know, right? All of a sudden, see, we hit 8 o'clock or 8:15 now, and all of a sudden everybody turns up. And now there's no singing, there's no dancing. We can forget it. Forget the whole thing. Cancelled. All right. We're just going to talk about the goddamn episode, are we? Fine. I just got a ruddy hell from Ben.
Okay, I suppose if it's, ruddy hell time, then I guess.
He's saying I need to stop getting so animated. Right? Oh dear. Well.
Oh, friend.
Well, let me tell you, I set up this whole fun bit like 10 seconds before we started. I said to David, right, log out for a second, right, and come in after I've had like 30 seconds of like vamping about how it's going to be so amazing like, I'm on my own. And then you left it 3.5 minutes.
I was just like this.
You're just watching me as I begin to sweat and go, oh my God.
I just went, I'm going to keep this going for a bit.
Yeah.
What would the rest of the guys do? That.
Yeah. In fact, let's be honest.
We would.
They would just never log back in.
No. The thing is, if everybody's here, we would have just all logged out. Let's not go back.
Yeah, too right. Yeah.
Something we would do.
Do you know what it reminds me of? Do you remember the? I think it was the first ever Gravity Rip intros that we filmed, And there was one where I said, I said to you guys, "Oh, you hide over there," and then at the end of what I say, run out. It'd be like you're coming out of the pits.
Me and Ben.
And the two of you are like, yeah, and I could hear whispering. Yeah. It was so
That was
good.
so fucking funny.
I laughed so much.
You were so pissed.
Yeah.
You're like, fuck.
Yeah. I wasn't pissed. I was just laughing my head off. It was really good. It was an excellent one. Really good.
Yeah.
We're getting lots of highs to David in the chat, by the way, just in case you're not seeing that. I think they're more happy to see you than me. Actually, I think they're happy to see you stop me. That's what it is.
Oh. Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
So, I was actually genuinely going to tell a very quick tale, which was
Okay.
I went to cinema on Friday last week.
Mhm.
I watched the new Poirot film. It was pretty good.
The new what?
New Poirot film. You know, Poirot, the what do you call him? Sleuth, kind of like a Sherlock Holmes type guy, but he is from Belgium, I think. So, not heard of Poirot before?
What?
No, seriously, it's like really well known. I genuinely can't believe. Do you know?
Yeah, is he just saying it weird?
No.
Oh,
I swear to God, that's how it's pronounced. It's oh God, what's the main one? Murder on the Orient Express. Do you know that?
Oh,
It's the main character from that. Yeah.
I've not seen that film either.
Fair enough. Well, they did a third one of it, which
Oh.
is like it's kind of like
What?
meant to be a.
The third one? What?
Yeah, they've
There's
done three
more-
now, yeah.
What? How many there are?
So they've done Murder on the Orient Express, obviously that's the one everyone knows, and then Death on the Nile, which is quite well known as well.
Oh, I do know of that. I know of both. I do. I just never watched one.
And I think
The Death on the Nile's got thingy Gadot, or what's her name?
Gal Gadot, yeah. That's
Gal
right,
Gadot.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gadot.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting in the chat now. Ben's come in. What are we doing
Oh.
here? Bloody hell. But Janet Makes has made a good point. Akers doesn't get angry, he gets even. And Janet makes you know that far too well. Because that's exactly how I work. Anyway, yeah. So I managed to get hold of some free tickets because I'm generally like that. And so me and a friend went to go and watch it on Friday. And it was all right, you know. It was enjoyable.
Yeah?
I worked out one of the twists within about 10 minutes. But after that, I was stumped, which was quite nice to be there and be like, do you know what? I actually don't know. I don't know who the killer was. I don't know what this was all about. And it was a really interesting premise because I think it was called A Haunting in Venice, which is actually not the name of the book that it's based on. I can't remember the name.
Yeah.
But it was really cleverly done because.
Oh, so you went and seen Haunting in Venice?
Yeah.
Right, that I would have got.
Yeah.
So I was like, what's these?
And it was really, really cleverly done.
Okay.
Because, the main thing was they kept the sort of spooky horror sort of points of it on occasion, but it's it was all kind of explained except for one moment at the end, which was like, I get why you did that. But everything else was like, we can explain it through this and that, and you know. And everybody else is going, oh no, it's it's ghosts, and Poirot's sat there going, shut up, man. It's great. So yeah, honestly,
Great.
yeah, really good film. I watched that again. It was really fun, to
Yeah.
watch. Yeah. So that's what I'm up to. I do have something else as well,
I'm best to check that. Okay, go ahead.
which I'm worried will bore everybody, but
Brace yourself.
yeah,
Chat.
get ready for
Brace.
it. Get ready for
Brace.
it. I have been speed running through Ahsoka because Kyle told me it's good. So it's his fault we're talking about that now. Have you seen any of this at all?
Oh, Ahsoka. No, you know what I've been doing, but I then stopped doing? Watching Clone Wars again. So I can get and then do Rebels and stuff, because there's a lot of things that relate into Ahsoka, which I'm like, oh, it's going to make me watch all this shit again so I can actually understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay, because there's a lot of referencing. So.
Yeah. Baker Me, you said, aren't the new versions of Poirot not written by Agatha Christie? Well, at least the first two were, because although probably looser adaptations, I would say, because they're very well known books. But yeah, I don't know about the last one. It feels like much less of an adaptation and more of a they went their own way with it. But yeah, sorry, yeah, the Star Wars stuff. You're right. Clone Wars. See, I've watched most of that stuff, so I kind of get what's going on without knowing it too. Because a lot of it I watched a fair while ago, and I think it's a bit of a shame that you do have to know most of that to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what's starting to like. I didn't mind doing that with like Marvel and stuff, but then I've actually watched none of the recent stuff. Like I've not watched Secret Wars. I've not watched any of it because I was just like, it's just getting really bad now. It's just
too much. I mean, wasn't it like the first phase was 4 films or 3 films or something, and then the second phase was like 6, and the third phase was like 10, and now it's like
it's all these extra TV series that it's like it's overkill.
Exactly, it's a billion things you have to watch, and then they don't really matter all that much. Is what I found as well.
Because it's just not done. It's like quantity over quality. Like
right.
I wouldn't mind watching any of those things if they're given more time. And also, because I would happily watch those kind of things for the rest of my life if they were just as good a quality as each one. I would wait 5 years for the next film or whatever it took. But this thing of just trying to pump out things is terrible. Like I know there was I think I saw, because I was gonna like, right, okay, I guess I will watch She-Hulk, but then because I've heard that's not good. But there was like Daredevil stuff in there, and I love the Daredevil stuff on Netflix.
Yeah.
And they kept cancelling, and then they're going to go ahead with the Daredevil Born Again kind of thing.
Yeah.
The guy who plays him appeared in spoiler alert, most recent Spider-Man. And basically, I saw something today that they've just like given in halfway through shooting. I saw something today. So not doing that. So then it's like, well, I'm definitely not. The only reason I was going to do that is if that came out, then I knew
the Daredevil stuff.
bits and bobs are going. Yeah.
Oh, they've stopped that. Oh man.
I saw something today or yesterday. It was. I saw a thing that
shame.
stopped halfway shooting. But sometimes they do this to trick people, so there's no chance of leaks. Because I mean, the thing they do with scripts in Marvel, you only get to see it on the day, kind of thing. Yeah, so they can keep it, try and minimize leaks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So we'll see.
Super Stay said here, lost interest in Marvel with all the TV series you have to watch along with the movies. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's just too much.
Yeah.
And it's getting really badly written. Their like continuity kind of goes out the window sometimes.
I mean, the thing is, Daredevil is going to be massive because I mean, I've only watched the first season of Daredevil. I do want to catch up, but that's just all I've had a chance to see. And I was like, wow, this is pretty bloody good, isn't it? I tell you what hooked me in the same sort of universe was Jessica Jones. I watched every episode of
Jessica
that.
Jones was good.
Bloody
I like that.
The first series of that was awesome.
And it's stuff like that, like TV series like that. I'm like, cool, I get this. I know what you're trying to do and build. But then after they did the first Defenders, and the only Defenders season where it's like to Luke Cage as well.
Yep.
And Iron Fist.
Yeah,
Iron Fist was terrible.
It didn't look good, did it? I watched it.
No, out of all of them, it was the worst for me. It was like Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and then Iron Fist. And Luke Cage was doing alright, but then the final episode of the first season, I was like, he like literally like the big bad was like defeated in one episode, and like what? I was like, what the fuck is it?
Yeah.
It just kind of it was a great build up, and then just went. Pfft.
Yeah.
I got so pissed.
Such a shame.
Oh.
I can't say I watched Luke Cage. Like, he's a good character, but just not something.
The second season redeemed itself a bit. I like the bad guy in that. can't remember what it was called.
The problem
Yeah,
is,
but,
once you bring in David Tennant as a bad guy, there's nothing's going to beat that. Like, you have to go with much higher quality because...
Yeah, he played Mr. Purple.
Yeah, exactly. In the first season of Jefferson.
And his power is crazy as shit.
But the thing is he's just so good at it as well because he's sometimes nice and you're like, oh, I hate him, but I want him to be in every scene. He's so slimy.
Yeah. Yeah, he played Mr. Purple really well.
Super Stace asked if we've watched Obi-Wan and would we recommend it. Have you seen that at all? Yeah, me too. What were your thoughts? What were your... Give me your musings.
They could have done more.
Oh yeah.
They could have done so much more with it. I was surprised compared to the other things. It's very fewer episodes.
Yeah.
See if they added another episode or two and just kind of fleshed out that little bit more, would have been better. And then you could have gone deeper as well. I felt it was kind of like, here's some interesting stuff, but we're going to take it away straight away. And like, it's just like, and then it kind of like, it just kind of got disengaged. And I was kind of like, oh man, this is just really just kind of annoying now.
There's a moment that took me out of it, which was, Princess Leia's in it, which is a really cool idea in some ways.
Spoilers, everybody.
Of course, she would be a very young child at the time. And that was quite interesting. But there's one moment where somebody's trying to capture her. There's some hired goons who go after her. And they find her in this forest. And she starts to run away. And she's a 7-year-old child. And they're 25, 30-year-old men. And they can't catch her. And like, so she's she's like ducking under these branches and stuff, and they're getting hit by them, and just there's some moments where you're just like, she's running like half the speed you are. It's like, come on, just obviously, I don't want her to get caught, but it's like you've shown this now, so now you have to show her getting caught. It's just, like they just got that completely wrong. If they showed if she had a little bit more ingenuity, if she was like, using cover and shadows and stuff like that and trying to keep away from them, you totally believe that. But it was just it was weird. But I will say there was one bit, I think it's second to last episode, where somebody comes back and there's a really, really good fight, and the fight is awesome, and then it ends and it's really odd. It's like it's just like it's just like that should have been a conclusion there, but it wasn't.
It didn't feel like a end of a period, because then the transformation happens of Obi-Wan without saying what the transformation is, and it's just like we see that and then we're just not gonna talk about that.
That's right.
Fine, cool. And then there's no follow-up things come with that. It just seems a bit cheated.
Yeah. And there's a for me there's a bad guy character, technically a bad girl, who I think she was really hard done by. The sort of main baddie lady, if you can remember who that is. I was like, oh man, they really did a very dirty. This is a bad character. Because it's just.
It could have done really well if they really explored. Like, I was like, oh my god, like her as an actor, I really liked her intensity and stuff like this, and this conflict they had. I was just like, oh my god, I want to see how far you'll take this. I want to see how far it goes, and they kind of just like, it's just there. It's just like this.
It was. By the end
throughout
of it,
the whole thing, there's no real up, there's no real down.
By the end of it, I was like, why? First of all, in the last episode, I was like, why are you here? Like, it doesn't make any sense why you're at this place. And secondly, I'll be honest, you're a total bitch. Like, not in a I hate you total bitch. I'm just like, you just are not a very nice person. I don't want to. And thirdly, I just don't want to see you again. Like, I know that's horrible. I just like, that character can go away now. and we'll never see them again. And that's almost certainly what's going to happen because they just got that so wrong. It was strange.
Yeah.
It was a strange.
Well, Super Steve's saying, do you remember when TV series used to go up for like 18, 22 episodes this season? Now it's just 4 to 6.
24. Yeah, that's all I'm thinking.
Lol. But like, this is why I'm more into watching stuff like anime at the moment, because you'll get those 22 episodes. For a season, stuff like that. So, and yeah, there's TV series like my dad likes watching, like Blue Bloods and stuff. You'll get like I think because you've got so many streaming services just pulling out some utter crap these days. Just so much quantity. I actually wish they would like take on less projects.
Yes.
And just do less but better. Because that's the thing, when you got so many services, so these days, there's some interesting stuff that's coming out Apple TV, which I've not watched, and it looks really fucking interesting, and they've been like low profile.
Yeah.
Not really doing much. I mean, not since you obviously the times where you could just rent movies from them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They were the only source, really, one of the only sources online for like digital upload. But now obviously you've got like the likes of Amazon, you've got Disney Plus, you've got Netflix. What else is there? You got Stars is in Disney Plus, but you get like Paramount Plus. You've got all these major things, and about 75% of it is shit.
Oh god, yeah.
Across the board. I'm just like, guys, you know who's gonna win? The one who actually does less and better.
Yeah.
That's it. See, when someone finally does that, they're gonna dominate.
Do you know that should have been Disney, shouldn't it? Pretty obvious when you look
Disney had an opening and they fucked it.
You look at what they had and you're like, oh well,
they had some good stuff coming out at the beginning, and I caught up when you guys kept telling me all these amazing shows and I didn't have Disney Plus, and I've catched up. I'm like, yo, I missed out. But now I'm kind of like, Disney's. I've gone through my Disney period for like a couple of months, and now it's just dead, bro. Apart from, I did just watch The Boogeyman last night. And what's his name? Steven, the horror writer, Steven.
Oh, Stephen King.
Stephen King is based on Stephen King. It was really good. It's the actress I've seen in a series called The Yellow Jackets that's been on Amazon.
I've heard of that.
Well, it's not Amazon, but it's through Paramount Plus, but like it's the add-on thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's Paramount, but there's a show, the actress, and she's great. And there's amazing soundtrack that I actually shazammed off my phone. I was like, that's sick. Like just from like deep atmospheric, very somber music, but it's like very haunting. Get it? And but it was actually really good. I watched Slender Man for the first time the other day, and it was interesting. I want to say I hint sarcasm there. I love horror films. This is my favorite time of year. October, Halloween is my favorite seasonal holiday. So I'll be watching plenty of horror movies, watch people play horror games on like Twitch, on Twitch and stuff, or watch it on YouTube. So good. But yeah, I've kind of been doing that. But The Boogeyman was actually, I saw it on Amazon. It was like as well, and it was saying it was like 3-star. I was like, I'll watch that. Watch the trailer. I'm like, look, I'll give it a shot. And I actually think it's been totally underscored. I really enjoyed it. I went, actually, you know what? This was a nice. It wasn't like, oh my god, this is the best horror movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
My favorite horror movies are the likes of Evil Dead.
Oh yeah.
And even the newer releases have been half decent. And I told you there was a reference to The Shining in the recent Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Great. And then I even played the Evil Dead video game, the recent one. And then the likes of the same people who've done Hereditary, Midsommar, and I watched I think it's them as well. Talk to Me.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting.
Oh, that's the one where
it's in Australia. It's like based in Australia. They shake the
right?
hand, yeah.
It doesn't let go. Or something. I've seen that.
It wasn't the scariest, but it was interesting.
Yeah.
Like from yeah.
I don't know. It was one of them things. I was like, one day I'll watch that. Like, I won't go and watch in the cinema because I'm not I'm not actually a particular horror fan personally, but I've always been into things like Saw. The Saw films like caught me straight
Well,
away.
funnily enough,
Yeah,
Super Steve's mentioned, so
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. There you go. Yeah, the new Saw film is definitely something I'll watch. Probably not at the cinema. I've heard some really good things, but the last
Yeah,
one was
same.
so crap.
Like a revitalization of the series.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't want to waste my money just in case, but I will definitely watch it at some point. Because yeah, Saw for me it was sort of like my gateway into, and I wouldn't say it was horror; it's more psychological thriller. But I know it's got all the sort of like horror feels about it because of all the blood and gore and stuff. But
The psychological horror.
exactly, yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of it's about moral quandaries and what will you do to live.
That's it.
You know.
But for me, the film that got me into horror, and this was genuinely only a couple of years ago, is I watched Insidious for the first time, and I was like,
Yeah.
wow, that is a film right there. I was like, it's not. The thing is, I watched it with somebody who really liked it. I was like, I've never watched it. It doesn't interest me. Don't fancy it. And I watched it, and by the end of it, I was like, hell yes, man, hell yes. Let's watch more stuff like that.
Yeah. The first Insidious was good. It did kind of go, and even Red Door, I think. It was like, here's a new one. Nobody really watched it. Like, it was like, unfortunately, because there's some previous ones, it kind of became almost like a comedy horror. Like, for me, it was very just badly acted, I think, and it just felt like a piss take. But like, I don't know, they're obviously trying to be genuinely serious, and I just couldn't take them seriously as a horror. Especially the old lady actress. She's just like, oh.
Yeah.
And all these sort of things. I'm like, bro, why is she allowed to be here? She's fucking like, I'm just, oh my god, she's annoying me so bad.
But the thing is,
but the first one was great. First one was fantastic, and then they went, oh, and I think they kind of just fucked it up from there.
So after I watched that, I was talking to a friend and said, right, what's something similar, but maybe even darker? And he said, try American Horror Story. Jesus Christ, I didn't realise it was going to be that dark. Christ. Well, I ended up, I watched one series, I said, I cannot have that much dark in my life. I think I'm done now. Like, wow, that was really pushing the boat out in regards to what I was expecting. I don't know if you've had a chance to watch that yourself, but Jesus Christ.
I think I watched the first one, but I know there was so many series out, and I just kind of never got around to doing it, or like, I was like, yeah, alright.
Yeah. Do you know, it's one of them things.
It's alright.
I'd say if you get a chance, but like I say, I finished the first season and went, I think that's enough for me right there. Because that was
it was quite full on, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, oh wow, yeah. Absolutely.
It came on the scene, and I remember everybody going like, "Oh my god, have you fucking seen this?" Yeah.
Oh, I can get fans of that will absolutely love that sort of thing, but yeah, just hit a bit too dark for me. But thing is, there's so many different things out there. That's the whole point, isn't it? It's meant to sort of appeal to different people. Anyway, sorry. With all that tangent, my main point, as we come back to Ahsoka, I watched, sped through the series. I'll tell you what, that was alright. There is one episode where it's genuinely the best Star Wars thing I've seen. Probably since the first new film they brought out, the Disney, what was it called? The Force Awakens, which was pretty fun. And then after that, I don't think anything's quite hit that height. And then this one episode, and it's where they introduced the main villain. And Ahsoka herself is hardly in the episode because they spend so much time with him. And I was just like, hell yeah, that's good. Except they also bring in the sort of secondary main character who's like in the same area. And it's another one of them things where you're like, this actress is obviously good, but they told her to be stoic and like just do not emote, and it's just like it would have been so much better if they just let her do more with the character, and it ended up not being very good. But God, that particular episode, I'm pretty sure it was episode 5. Man, I switched off the TV and just went, that was amazing. Like, even nobody was there. I just said it to myself. That was amazing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I need to go. This is the problem, isn't it? As we come back to, there's just too much to watch.
That's it. That's it.
I actually wish there wasn't too much to watch, but what there was to watch is good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if you're in a Pacific genre, you know.
It's another one. For God's sake.
Another one.
Ugh, what's he doing here?
I don't know.
Do we have to? Do you want to?
Oh, it's fine. He's muted.
We can't
It's fine.
hear you anyway,
Great.
mate, by the way,
That
just
works.
so you know. But also, we don't really want you here, so that's fine. Still can't hear you, mate. Yeah.
It's probably for the best.
Yeah, I think so. It's better, you know. To be honest with you, we shall give you a moment. In fact, there was something I was going to mention, which was Superstay has put in the chat there. They're remaking the Freddy Krueger film. So I've never watched those. What about you? You watched those at all?
Not really. I think I watched the more recent. There was a more recent one. I think there was not a couple of years back. But I tell you what's coming out.
Yeah.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, still can't hear you, mate.
Coming out October 25th.
Yeah, I've watched some things around that.
Y'all seen me play that game?
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
scary.
Yeah, yeah, you
It's so
just go,
scary.
Yeah.
Shat my pants.
That does look interesting.
Sorry. Why?
Wah. Yeah. Nah, you're right. That does look interesting. I really like the trailer. It's like teen horror is what it felt like when I watched that trailer. I was like, oh, it's almost Scream kind of thing. It knows it's silly, but it's going to enjoy it kind of thing. And as long as it has that feel about it, I think it could do quite well.
Unless you're one of those people who have fears of like mannequins and animatronics, it's your worst nightmare. Yeah.
Well, that's half the thing around scary films is you're meant to be, indulging in your worst fears, aren't you, to an extent?
Yeah.
But I was going to say around Freddy Krueger and Nightmare on Elm Street, I have a story about this. So I was, oh God, how old was I? I must have been 9 or 10 years old, maybe even younger than that. And I remember my mum came and picked me up from primary school, right? Because we lived pretty close to where my primary school was. Walked back round the corner, it's only sort of 5 minutes, and walked in the door, and my brother was sitting down watching the TV. So walk through the door, the TV's facing away from the door, so I walk in, and I turn around to look at the TV, and it's Nightmare on Elm Street, and the first thing I see as I walk in the door is Freddy Krueger with like his finger with his knife on the end of it, cut a man's ear off. I'm like 9 or 10 years old, and I just go, ah!
Yeah, yes.
But you can imagine, I've just come
Trauma.
back. Oh, it was so fun. I've just come back from like a day of having fun with my young friends, including this man that's just joined us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And yes.
What are we talking about?
So I was just telling a story about I went to coming back from primary school, and I walked in the door, and my brother was sat there watching the TV, and I turned around to see what was on the TV, and it was Freddy Krueger cutting a man's ear off, and I wet my pants. And
God, yeah, not surprised.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And it was. My mum got angry because that's the default for my mum. But it was. I laughed about it afterwards. But oh man, for that few seconds, I was like, "What the hell are you watching?"
Are you still scarred from it?
I always. That's why I'm talking about it now.
Yeah.
This is therapy for me.
Therapy.
So yeah.
I desensitized with horror movies when I was very young as well. The 3 main movies I saw, my grandparents would just let me watch it stuff when I would stay at theirs. It'd just be like, whatever. And I would watch Cabin Fever, Creep.
Oh,
what was the other one? And Day of the Dead.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Do you know what?
And I was just like, I would have fucking nightmares, bro. I'm so desensitized now, so.
All films I've seen.
No wonder I used to be afraid of the dark.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, that stuff doesn't. I'm so desensitized now. The only thing that scares me now is like video games because it's interactive, so you feel like you're.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of your
I know.
Some of your Dead Space.
You should try like a 360 thing where you put on the goggles.
Oh, you
That would be
can get
amazing.
Five Nights at Freddy VR. Yeah, or
Wow.
That
horror
would be
games in
scary.
VR.
Wow.
Man, I don't even think about that. That's fucking horrid. Oh, I'd end up like punching a wall and breaking my hand, or something.
Oh yeah. Wow.
I would want to play. There's the Walking Dead VR. That would be fun.
Oh,
I would love to
God.
play that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zombies, I'm cool with.
No. How about you, Ben? You got a favourite horror film?
No.
You're not really into
Fair.
the horror side of things, are you?
No, not really. No, I like The Shining and stuff like that. I like, but
hmm
like anything else, I'm like not really that into it.
Would you count The Shining as horror? I suppose to an extent.
No, but like psychological stuff like that.
Psychological. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, you've got horror, and then you got sub genres of horror.
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched the thing. I watched the thing on Disney as well recently. The new No One Gets Out Alive or something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
It's got like aliens in it.
Mm. Yeah.
because some people count Alien as a bit of a horror, or that's what they.
Like cosmic
But-
horror.
Yeah.
That's it, isn't it? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. No, I think that's. It's interesting because it appeals to some people and it doesn't for others, and you just,
Mm.
It's funny because my way of, like, I always skew towards action and comedy. That's how I've always skewed my sort of films. But yeah, just more recently, horror's sort of picked up for me a little bit.
I love it so much.
But then
I want to run horror TTRPGs.
we should definitely do
Oh.
that. That feels like something to do over a Halloween.
I have been so ready
Yeah.
for the longest time.
You've been talking about what was it? What's the one you were talking about the other day? That's the got Cthulhu in it.
So it's very Clue. Fucking hell.
Clue.
Cthulhu-esque
Cluedo,
cosmic horror things.
Yeah.
But it's like it's not as difficult. It's still like maybe get your head around it. It's D6s though. There's no like crazy 100 percentile dice like with Cthulhu and stuff like this. It's D6, but there's like ways you can use stuff to like increase your luck and stuff, and you have things like drive and resilience that will run out.
Yeah.
And there's a good chance, like Cthulhu, you'll either die or retire, or something like that. And you start.
we would die, wouldn't we?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's a game from Critical Role's tabletop publishing company called Darrington Press,
Oh.
and it's called Candelera Oscura,
Okay.
and it's very cosmic horror. It's very story based. Combat's not super part of it. There is combat in it, but it's very story driven, very roleplay driven, which I think we are mostly. We enjoy the roleplay more than anything, than the combat. So there's elements there, and there's different things called how you take damage. So you've got body, which sounds like your body takes harm. There's brain, so it's like stress, like or seeing fucking horrible shit. And then you've got a thing called bleed, which is the kind of magical essence in the world that can affect humans in weird ways.
Wow.
Like can change them, disfigure them for best for worse. Like one effect was what I saw recently, because they're running the games at the moment. It's like episode 2, but they do it in 3 chapters, and the lady's fingers turned into fire.
Ooh.
So she had to be careful how she then touched, but it was effective bleed. And you get to narrate how your injury happens or what it looks like. And then at the end you tally up stuff and then rest period to the next chapters. So you can do stuff based on chapters. You name your circle. Circle is your group
Yeah.
within Candeliers. It's really all very interesting, but it's very horror, but it's a bit easy going than Call of Cthulhu. Call of Cthulhu is like super like, it's what I feel like Pathfinder is to D&D. Like it's like more in depth of all the bits and bobs, while D&D's a bit more beginner friendly kind of side of
Is it still
things.
open world? Like you can do what you like.
You live. It's all based currently because it's still in. It's in like early access, if you will. So it's still open to development and stuff like that. But they put it out there just to play it and stream on. But there's a quick play thing, so you can play it now. With the current rule sets and stuff, and it's like I don't know where I was going with that, but it's all based in a place called New Fair. But you can have your own circle within that world. So it's a pre-made world, but then also you can home brew stuff as you will, like any TTRPG. Critical Role are pretty cool with that. There's very Blades in the Dark elements. They're very inspired by Blades in the Dark. So you can have some slots where you can say in this moment, like, there'll be a situation like something's on fire, like, it's handy I have this extinguisher then, and you can do something about it. But then that fills up a slot. That's a very Blades in the Dark focused thing.
Blades in the Dark is something I want to try and run at some point. It's a little more involved, but the whole mechanic of don't plan, just use, just go back and change things as you're on the fly. I mean, having flashbacks, but being able to just call it anytime you want. Oh man, can you, like the amount
there's pretty similar elements, pretty similar style as well.
It's gonna be like real stupid stuff as well. It's like I go back 2 minutes and tie somebody's shoelaces together and stuff like that. It's just gonna. But the problem is, it's gonna happen over and over and over again. We're gonna have so much fun with it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you telling me it's flashback based?
It is. Yeah. So during.
Oh, Kyle is gonna hate this.
Yeah, I know, but you can use it however you want. You can.
But you could argue that if everything's a flashback, is it not a flashback?
Well, the thing is,
you only get a certain amount of flashbacks, don't you?
Right.
So it is okay. It is a flashback.
So, it's not a forever engine.
So
okay.
It's basically you're doing a mission, but you can call flashbacks. Say like there's a big monster there, and you're like, oh, I don't think we can defeat it. Well, flashback. I dug a big pit like before we got here, and now it's going to fall in the pit. And as long as you roll,
that's cool.
It's possible for that sort of stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Do you remember a TV series that only had one series? I think it was called Flashpoint or something, and it was really good. And it had a time travel thing to it. Let me see if I can find the real name of it.
Yeah.
I think it was Flash Forward. Was it Flash Forward?
That's ringing a bell.
And then they cancelled it.
Yeah.
But
definitely ringing a bell.
Flash Forward.
But yeah.
TV.
That's not the one where they had.
Oh yeah, Flash Forward. Yeah, that's it.
Is that the one where they had the time machine, or am I thinking of something else?
Good question. I just remember liking it. I don't really remember that much about it.
That thing is.
When did 2009? Wow. Okay.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
Jeez. We were but little babies. We weren't at all. We were still adults.
Yes.
Because we are old men. Talking of that, Ben's an even older man now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's your birthday, isn't it?
It was my birthday. Yeah.
Did you get a cane for your birthday?
I got multiple canes.
Oh my god, why didn't I buy you a cane?
I already have a cane.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it's a perfectly good cane.
That's true.
I mean, it's plastic.
Yeah. Like you say, the thing is that it's perfectly good because I know you'll break it. In fact, you have already broken it. So.
I mean, to be honest, I think it arrived broken.
Two, actually.
I mean, I hope you didn't pay too much money for that.
Of course I didn't. Don't be silly.
Okay,
There's no chance.
The thing is, it's slightly too thick as well.
Yeah.
I sort of feel. A cane shouldn't be that thick.
Yeah.
So.
No,
I mean, next birthday.
Yeah.
I mean, there must be. Yeah. I mean, what's a person that makes canes? Do you think they've got a name?
Michael Caine.
Michael. It seems like something Baker Me would know.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah. Yeah.
And here's a question: Is there a shop in London? You know how there's all these fancy shops.
Oh,
of
course there will be.
Cigars and stuff.
Of course.
Is there a cane, a specific cane shop?
What? Yeah, most possibly.
Yeah. Surely.
Probably in Chelsea or Canary Wharf.
Oh yeah, come on. That's where all the canes are being sold.
Chelsea. Yes.
The
I'm
gentleman's
looking-
cane shop or something.
Okay, James Smith and
Baker
Sons.
Ma
Are they-
has come back
Oh.
with a surprising name for somebody who
Cane
makes canes,
maker.
which is a cane maker.
Maker of canes. Okay. Right. Well, that's
Master of
You
Canes.
could have at least come up with something. Baker, mate. Come on. Come up with something fun.
Oh gosh.
Okay, there's James Smith and Sons.
Oh.
They're fashion accessories,
Are
and
we-
I
Are
that
we
doesn't
now
count.
advertising cane makers? Is that what we're doing on this channel?
We try and get a sponsor.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you should see the shop. I mean, they're not exactly a big company.
Yeah.
I think we could support them.
Yeah. All right.
Their signage is very old-fashioned, which I like.
I can
Oh.
imagine. Yeah.
Oh yes.
You wouldn't go for like a new age cane, would you? You'd want old fashioned. I mean,
Oh yes.
I mean, Julian wants a selection.
Oh,
He's
okay.
not picky. I mean, he is picky.
he is very picky.
Yes,
yeah.
yes, he is. I was going to say his traits was very much warped towards picky.
In fact, that's basically his entire character.
Yeah. It was so funny. I was recently because it's not spoilery because we've already put it on YouTube because it's the thing. I was just like because some of you might notice I've been doing the social media stuff now, and there's the one I was just drafting today, put it in drafts, and it was it's closed.
Oh yeah.
It's like all the shops are closed. It's like any vendors, any dump street here. Like, no, it's closed. We're about further down, or something like that. You're like, it's closed.
That was the one that we
It's
did live.
closed.
It's the one that we did live, and I was like, we'll spend like an hour on this. We won't be too long. It's the one during the Insta anniversary.
That's
And-
20
Is
minute
that the one
intros.
where I went and got a coffee?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
oh, actually, was it
And then
that
I
one?
met Charlie the cat. Yeah.
Was it that one? Actually, no, I don't think it was that one.
Was it the beach?
And there's another high street in that one.
Was it the beach? No, it wasn't the beach either. Oh god, I can't even remember what it was now.
What you call it?
But yeah, but no, but it was just like, right, we need to move on. The shops are closed. Like, I purposefully closed them because
No.
we don't have time for this. And you're just like, but maybe there's just one shop open. Like, no.
You know, the funny thing is, I probably didn't even have a plan.
No, I know.
I was just annoying you.
As soon as you know you can annoy me, then you're gonna do it, aren't you?
Yeah. I'll go in any shop and talk to anybody.
Oh, I remember which one it is now. It's the one where you fight the mirror demon thing that comes out and starts attacking you all. But some of you decide to go off in a hot air balloon. David, you decide
Oh,
that
that
you
one,
need a new
yeah.
telephone, so you head off to a mobile
Yes, I
phone
was trying to
shop.
find a good network provider. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that episode was all over the place, but man, it was
Yeah.
fun to run. I gotta say. I don't know if you have this as well, David, but my heartbeat when we're running those is probably 150 beats a minute. But then afterwards, I'm really like exhilarated and I've enjoyed it. But whilst it's happening,
I'm exhausted.
it
I
is-
don't know
it's
about you. I'm exhausted.
It's knackering, but I'm like, that was really good. But whilst it's happening,
Yeah.
my heart is going like because you're doing so many things on the fly. So, oh man.
Yeah. No, it can be.
Baker Ma has come to the rescue for you, Ben. James
Oh.
Smith in New Oxford Street is an
Yeah.
umbrella shop that also sells canes.
This is the one that I found.
It's
yeah.
one, yeah. Is
I'm already doing the research. Already gonna go there tomorrow.
are you okay with it being mainly an umbrella shop that also sells canes?
Not really. I do want one that just does canes.
Yeah.
I sort of feel like them diversifying
Diverse.
into umbrellas is not. It's not good. It's not good for the cane industry.
It's, to be honest, I feel like they've lost your customers by doing so.
I have. I've cancelled my trip.
Yeah. You've
I'm not
cancelled
going.
your subscription.
No. I was going to spend a lot of money. I'll spend upwards of £5 on it.
Whoa.
Whoa,
Blimey.
big spender.
I will tell you now, that's much more than the one I spent on the cane that you currently have. So.
Really?
Yeah.
How much did you buy? How much did you spend on it?
It was not more than £2.50, I can tell you that.
What? On Amazon?
That's postage.
Oh, yeah, plus postage, yeah.
Okay, so you look. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had to find something that was cheap and also that came apart because you broke your cane in the first episode. So
Oh, we could find a way.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean, yeah.
could have
yeah.
just snapped the cane in half. Let's be honest. So I did mention this, David, before we started. You know, I said that I don't have a trailer, and I'm sorry to say I don't have a trailer. I do
Apology.
I know. I would like to sincerely apologise. What I do have though is, do you remember at the start of the episode that we recorded, which is, by the way, Dick Compliant Human Man, which will be coming out next week, that we did like a 5-minute chat about the new rules? Do you happen to remember that?
Oh yeah, I did.
I do actually have that set up and ready to go.
Oh god.
And if you so wish, I shall put that out now.
Oh god.
Yeah, I know. As I say, in lieu of a trailer. So I shall pop that up, and we shall see you back here in about 4 to 5 minutes. See you soon.
Oh.
So, hi everyone. So, this is a little kind of prelude to the episode, just to go through kind of the third draft of these rules of this playtest of this game that I made involving time. What could go wrong, right? So, as you can see, Josh has got his observation glasses on. Sorry, Couturier. So he will be observing if this works or not. Or his powers of perception will find otherwise. So,
I'll be keeping things secure.
yes, like you did so well in that first episode.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's my mission to make him fucking walk this.
It's going to be really tough.
Right. So, guys, the way it kind of works is that I instantly kill Kyle's character, and then the actual game. So with
I wouldn't mind not doing it. I'm tired. It's hot. I love you. I love you. I
Sit
love
in the
you.
corner.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
In the corner. See that? Right in this corner. See.
No.
I've got my ADHD meds at the moment, so
It's
you
all
gotta
right.
suffer.
It's okay. So how the rolls work is that a normal roll will take the lowest. You have advantage and disadvantage, similar to kind of D&D. With the actual dice that we'll be using, we're using D10s for those who have not watched any previous time fluxes. Those still is a thing. But now I'm doing a dice pool system. So what is a dice pool system? So you have a set amount of dice to, we've got 3 stats. We've got physical, mental, and humanity. So, and we've got a special number, which is a time flux number, which allows our heroes to activate some sort of time power depending on how many of these dice. Alright. So we got degrees of success and failure now. This is kind of a new thing that I've done. So a 1 is, like most games, is a critical fail. 10 is critical success, and then you've got various degrees of success, which you'll see in the game. With the time flux numbers, if you roll in that, the way one time flux works is you're allowed to re-roll a dice, and you can use it to get better results. You also activate one of the powers in the power list the guys have here. You'll see this pop up, or you can see them in previous shows, and I love every time I get this pantomime thing over here.
Come on, Kevin.
Yeah, so and 2, you get re-roll 2 dice if successful, and so on. And then the third one, which we saw in the last episode, the Couturier activated the power, and it's an auto success for the check. So examples of physical is things like perception, strength, and dexterity. Think of like really biological things. Mental is like your actual intelligence, your insight, investigation, things like that. And humanity is like deception, persuade, and all these other kind of things. Or charisma, where you can try and talk yourself out of situations. So I won't go through the time powers. We'll get to combat and everything, but that is the basics. Really simplified it from last time, so hopefully that is enough to follow along with the episode. So we'll cut it there, and we'll see you in episode 3. I'm going to touch this on the end. So we've not even started the game. We did a little initial thing, and Josh already did it. And we've not even started. This is a record, but this is good. And this kind of keeps
breaking the game.
yeah. Oh, you're right. You've also seen the Rob.
We broke
We
Rob.
killed Rob.
That'll eat you, pig.
I ate a Percy pig and it got stuck.
Oh,
It was my fault.
your esophagus hasn't been ellipses.
Ah.
And we will swerve to the left.
Swear to the left. So, one of the things we're going to do with HP, for example, so I didn't really talk about that, just kind of give you the basics there, but in terms of anybody who wants to pick up this game in the future, this is also like a live testing, we're doing this as well to show, like, also, it's been a discovery for me as well in terms of how to make a game like this. It's not easy, and you can imagine all the playtesting that happens. But we play with the chaos, that's what we do. So, we talked about HP. So originally I do like 1d10 times 10, but obviously Josh was like, what if we roll a 1?
Yeah, because you could have someone with an HP of 10 and somebody with an HP of 100.
So then there's maybe a conversation about depending on what your physical is,
Yeah.
and you take the highest.
I would say give a base number, so everybody has at least 30 HP. And then maybe you roll the amount of die in your physical stat to add on to that.
Yeah, let's give that a try.
So base 30, so for me I would add 1 die.
Yeah, and you
In this case 5.
you're
so I
the
have
same as well,
35.
so add that one to your existing HP. Call.
Me.
So that's yeah.
You roll it and then add it to your existing HP. Just add that. So we'll do that. Base
So it'd be
30.
Base
Oh,
And
so
then
34.
roll, depending on physical,
Yeah.
take the highest.
I would just
Take the lowest?
no add them. Because if you are physical, like if your main trait is physicality, so like if you compare it to say a barbarian or something like
Yeah,
that.
we'll see. We'll see. If it's too much, then we can always.
Yeah,
roll back.
we can adjust.
Yeah.
But it's just keeping it within a band.
Yeah. Hopefully, one day when the couturier stops observing my work, we can finally. One of my dreams for this is to put on TTRPG. I was actually halfway through a conversation telling you that, where anything made from that, you know,
Pay myself, of course.
but also some of that I would like to put into the post-sanity budgets for them. So,
Depending
Between 1
on
and 10.
physical,
I'm trying to remember what it
roll all,
is. Was it 6?
add to 30.
I'm gonna say 6.
Yeah. Okay.
I did roll.
We'll see if that's still. We'll find out. I'll see you in a couple of minutes when we know another thing. There you have it. First of all, sorry for everybody watching that on Twitch. For some weird reason, the sound was out. I shall work on that and make sure it doesn't happen when it goes out on YouTube. So you probably noticed that. But yeah, sorry for that.
Rude.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
David, what's that voice about?
I don't know.
This is the one I was doing in the video there.
I know, but why did you start doing it in the video?
Oh no, I don't. It was really hot again. It was one of those
Yeah,
streams
that's
where it
what
was
it
just
was.
absolutely melting. And I was like, and we just played before that.
That's right.
We did
didn't we? Yeah.
lasers,
Yeah.
and then I had to do that. Dehydrated.
That's it. We just finished. It would have been the episode before this, wouldn't it? That went out, which was Lasers episode 7. We'd literally just finished that. And then we were like, yeah, we can also go for a Dick compliant. No, sorry, Time Flux as well. Oh my god.
That's what we should be talking about today.
Yes. Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I mean, at the same time, it feels weird not to have Josh here.
that's true. That's true.
Do that probably actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, because I am the
However.
important one, then I
You're
Well,
right.
logically, that's the conclusion I went to. I knew you were going to go there because I logically determined that you would say that.
I'm going to be creative right now and ask for somebody to roll me a d20, and we'll talk about 1 point before we finish. How's that sound?
Okay.
Oh, that's diplomatic.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's almost logical.
Might hit. Okay. I also go on. Yeah, just roll it, and then I'll ask my question before we go into.
I'm gonna get another generator.
Whilst you're sorting that out,
No,
I have a question for you. If Kyle was to join the Compliant Human Man, what emotion would he be?
He would just be pure emotion.
He'd just be
Empathy.
you reckon? I feel like there's something. I don't mind empathy actually. That's pretty good. I just feel like there's something else there.
Sass.
Hold on,
oh
what
my
do
god!
what? Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Sass.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'll be
Oh
definitely.
my god. That's so true.
Or if you want to call it like assertiveness, sass, assertiveness, whatever you
No,
want to call it.
sass is good.
Sass does
Sass,
feel,
yeah.
it feels more Kyle, doesn't it? But
Mm.
oh man, that's amazing. Nice one.
Yeah. There you go, Carl.
Oh. What did you roll, mate?
Roll the 4.
Oh yeah. All right, let's go back.
No.
Back. Okay. So this is obviously going back to the start of the episode. This is about which child would be sitting on which child's shoulders. So they all try to decide who sits on whose shoulders. The older one is at the bottom, but Impulse decides the younger kid needs to. Sorry, let me try that again. The older one, it's decided the older one goes on the bottom, but Impulse then decides the younger kid needs mutton chops to look older. Which is the problem with
What?
the problem with Dick Blind Human Man is it was a complete fever dream the whole way through.
It really is.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I know, Ben, you are Impulse, but I just feel like we all fed into our own impulses and just went flying off in all sorts of directions with this episode. Honestly.
I did enjoy David just like zoning out there.
Yeah. I like that. You
That was
actually
good.
froze yourself
Yeah.
out for a while.
Yeah,
It's
that was funny.
There is no logical reason for me to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Logic had gone out the window,
Yeah.
metaphorically.
Oh man, there is a really fun moment where you head off for a moment. I think you had just gone to use the
Yeah.
bog or something, and Ben just turns to me and goes, "Let's create chaos." So I think I've turned that into a short because it's just so perfect. But
Weren't we doing that already?
yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
you
I was
also did
reinforced.
give wanted to give a child a gun.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
there's
oh
that.
my god,
That bit
Yeah.
in the trailer is really
Yeah.
funny right at the end.
Yeah, again,
No! No!
again, that is a short that's gone out already, and
Yeah, it's so good.
Do you know what? It got really nice. It got 2 comments. One of the comments
Yeah.
was, "Oh, this looks really fun. When's it coming out?" And the other one was, you've mucked up the sound on this because the sound is a little bit too high and it's kind of like cracking at the top end." And I was like, oh, "Damn it," because I was the one who put that out.
Oh.
They sort of said you need to EQ this a bit
Really?
more, and I was like, "Yeah, he's right."
Someone
but-
gave a technical thing.
Yeah, on a short.
Oh my
I got
god.
that.
Yeah.
I had that. What was it? I got something about rule of third, didn't I?
That's right.
On
Rule
my-
of
No.
thirds,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they said great video. To be honest, those are good comments.
Oh, yeah,
to
yeah.
be honest, because you could just say shit, mate,
Yeah. Yeah,
or something like that, and it's like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just seems
Yeah.
a bit picky though. I mean,
on a
come
short.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
come
was
on.
5
What?
seconds long.
People on the internet?
Yeah.
Picky.
No. Everyone on the internet.
I know,
Everybody's
it
just
seems
lovely.
like-
We love people on the internet.
Yeah.
Don't we,
Yeah, but they're
Jack?
not being nasty. They're just
No.
being pedantic.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
But it's not about.
They're-
It's
they're
not
basically the
something
same
that's
thing,
important.
right? No.
It's not important.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Yeah. I
But
just.
anyway, so they're I take it. Yeah, they were definitely randomized. Unless it's actually, you
No.
know, what, it's my alter.
Oh my god, it's you.
Yeah.
It's Sir Julian.
It's all coming out now.
Holy
Yeah.
hell. Holy hell.
What was the username?
Yeah.
Let's
It was
call
like
them
one of
out.
the first videos that went out, actually, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're not going to call out the username. I think that's maybe asking a bit too much.
Oh, I would.
But it
Yeah.
was.
I did have one
I'll
comment.
find them now.
Well, I got that one comment about, oh my god, man, that isn't that fucking crazy.
Oh, that was
or
great.
was it?
There's,
And
yeah,
I just came back with
Yeah.
love. I just went,
That's-
okay,
that
I
is-
mean, well, I didn't even know what I said.
You would-
But I just like, it was a piss take, but it was also like, trying to say good vibes, and I just, because I'm like, you can troll me all you want,
You
mate.
were-
It's not gonna do it.
you were
It's
so
good for you.
diplomatic.
Good for the algorithm.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's true. You were so diplomatic.
That's exactly.
That was But it was so fun because all it was like a weird glitch in Assassin's Creed, wasn't it? And you're just laughing along. It was just like,
Yeah, I was just like,
funny.
it was out of nowhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. It was funny.
Basically, like, you kick this NPC and did this combo into the bar. It's like a Fight Club thing, and he just like it wasn't like T position, but he's like
yeah, it's just like,
inside like
body popping.
I was like,
yeah. Yeah, it was odd,
right,
wasn't it?
okay.
It was funny. Wow.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's what we give us as many pedantic comments in YouTube.
Yeah.
That's
In fact,
what
we
we're
want
leaving here
more
with.
criticism on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes.
Channel your inner Sir Julian.
I will sign up to more alt accounts
Please do.
and start
Okay,
commenting.
cool.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
fair.
If we get
I might actually do that to David. That would be quite funny.
You fucking dick.
oh, brilliant.
I welcome it. I welcome trolls. I enjoy having a good troll on the account.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've had some really bad ones though. I tell you, like when I had some really bad. I had someone. I don't know if I told you I had to delete the stream. Someone basically came in, and dropped the N bomb on
Oh no!
the thingy. Like
Oh dear.
he kept adding me on Xbox. Like I was getting this bing 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 the whole time. I just went, okay, let's see who this is. All right, what's going on here? Just for a laugh,
Yeah.
and they just because I was just like, oh, you can't let the trolls win, right?
Yeah.
And I just went, hello,
oh no.
and then he just went, da 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 da, and I went, I'm sorry, everybody.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Yes, we've
I
had
had
some
to
minor
delete, and then they were like clipping it and everything, saying, "Oh, look at what the streamer said,"
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
Idiot.
"I've got two different voices.
Yeah.
Cool, all right,
Can't
cool."
believe you, the Scottish man, said something in a weird American accent. Or yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? And I was
Yeah,
just like, "Yes, that is the same person." To be fair, I do go American sometimes, so I
yeah,
probably.
that's true, yeah.
Is that Virgil coming through?
Yeah.
No. Funnily enough, I got mistaken for American the other day. In the co-op. I was getting served by turns out a Canadian,
Oh yeah.
and they were just like, "Sorry, are you American?" And I went, "No, not me, not me."
With that accent. That is crazy.
And he just I said, "Are you American?" "No, I'm Canadian." I went, "What the fuck are you acting
Yeah.
then?" I know I didn't say that, but
What was he
I just
talking
thought,
about?
"What are you talking about?"
Was he at least sorry about it?
Sorry.
It was a girl actually. She's
Oh,
like,
right.
"Hey," and she's like, "Oh, just being like, I'm like, you're
David,
definitely
hold
Canadian.
on,
You're too
hold on.
friendly. You're too
Hold
friendly."
on a second. Was she hitting on you?
Oh my god. That would
But
be
even
so-
she's like, "Oh, Scottish."
Yeah. That's, yeah.
well,
When
yeah.
she was like, "Oh, American," and then I said, "No, mate," and she was like, "Oh, no."
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, you just another Scot. But
God,
You
not
should
one
have
of
brought
them
out
again.
Virgil.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. I would have wanted to see that.
I was talking to an American at this. They're from Wyoming. At this thing I was at last week in the Highlands.
Yeah.
I went to this. Oh, so good. It was in a place called Dunkeld in Burnham. And it's like just northwest of Dundee, just up from Perth. So like center north. And it was just so nice. The high street was small, man, and we stayed at this hotel like cabin thing. It was really nice, and we had like stone bake. They had this whole like almost like a outdoor wedding venue, but it was like for us in the bar, and they made us pizzas and stuff. And then the pub we went into after that was done, they just let dogs in. There was dogs everywhere, and then instruments. They would just pull instruments off the wall, start playing. I
Wow.
was just like, yo, this is so good. This is so good. Anyway, I digress. I met an American person, and
Well done,
I just had to say that it was just a great time. And I got it all through a bursary, so I didn't pay for that. I didn't pay anything. I said, she's like, "Oh, the American? Oh, it's and got into I could do a couple of accents, and I did the Virgil accent. I did the Southern drawl. Like I can do one of these accents if you really want me to. You know, and She's not entertained.
Is this when
She
you're in the
was
car?
not entertained!
I don't understand why she didn't just listen to your voice first.
Yeah.
It's like when you guys should do Scottish accents, and I go, oh. I saw the face and just went, is that what I look like when
What are you talking
guys.
about, laddie?
like that?
Yeah.
This face. This is the face you did.
The problem is with my accents is I wave in and out of them. So I like if any time I try to do an accent, I find.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Hold on. There's only one accent that you can do.
What's that?
And what do you think it is?
I'm alright Australian.
No.
No. I think I know what it is.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Yeah.
Is it the
Yeah.
Italian but not
No,
Italian?
you can't do that at all.
No, I know.
No.
It's the Kazakhstan.
You're dreadful at that.
What's-
Come
Get
on.
those beans, son!
Hey! Oh god.
Come on.
What is
My
it?
wife.
Oh yeah, the Kazakhstani, yeah.
That's the only one you can do.
I am actually quite good at that. You know, it's just watching Borat as a kid. Oh,
By the way,
Hello.
was my Irish accent actually good on...
oh yeah, it was alright, yeah.
When did
Yeah.
you do one?
Yeah.
On Time Flux?
Yes, yeah, it was on Time Flux. Yeah, that's
Oh,
right.
okay.
Yeah, this one obviously we don't want to talk too much about that, but there
No.
may be some Irish accents, and yes, they were pretty good.
Oh, to be
Thanks.
sure.
Yeah. Ah, go on.
You win, you win, you win.
no. Oh no. Anyway, that you definitely have to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
After
yeah,
that,
definitely.
that comment.
Yeah.
Oh jeez. But yeah, that's some fun attempts at Irish accents coming to you soon.
Yeah, yeah. I think we all.
And I take it,
kind of
Akers,
started-
you just stuck with boring.
Yeah.
Gary voice.
Boring my voice. Yeah. Just yeah.
Gary is you,
Yeah. I can do.
basically.
I can do Kazakhstan. I'm pretty good at Australian. Everything else is very dodgy. So that's the two. I can probably mix those two together a little bit.
Don't forget Prospector.
Oh my
That's
god.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the rules prospector is the most fun thing because that genuinely I just made that up out of nowhere because I was like, oh my god, I
That
need to
was
get
good.
some rules across. And then I came up with an old man. I was like, we'll call him the rules
What's
prospector.
it?
Yeah.
Like, I enjoy that.
Yeah, and he's
I miss that
somehow
guy.
he's immortal as well.
You're like going the field like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
Like the volcanic just melts.
Yeah,
into
melting
blood-
away. Yeah,
Bloody flesh,
Yeah.
like.
Is he normal size?
yeah, he's
Or
just
is
a normal
he-
person. Yeah,
Oh, see, I always imagined him like really.
Yeah, you
small.
always imagine them with
Yeah.
a voice like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
That is one of the funniest moments in. Oh, actually, has it been released?
What's go on?
Oh, it's like old.
Yeah,
No,
go on.
it's
no,
like
no,
Crafty
no,
Rip.
no. I'm thinking about something that happened with lasers.
Oh, laser! All the
Okay.
lasers have gone out. Yeah.
They're out, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But the funniest bit is when we find out Gary is like 2 foot.
Oh, yeah.
That's so funny.
That's the last episode. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
so good.
are we really just realizing that?
Yeah.
And we've all been like, we must have been looking it down at him all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or over the top of him.
Yeah, or just
Yeah.
not at him. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was brilliant. That was brilliant. That again was not part of the plan, but you know when
Did you roll for that?
I rolled for
Like,
it,
the
yeah,
high
yeah.
on here?
'Cause
Yeah,
you
we
said-
rolled, yeah.
I think Ben, it was you that said he's 2 foot, and I was like, I'll just roll for it, and I rolled a 2, and I was like, yeah, he's 2 foot, yeah, perfect, we'll do that.
It would have been really boring if he'd have just rolled a 5.
Oh yeah, it would have been rubbish.
Then
Yeah.
he's not.
Yeah,
He's a little short. But...
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh dear, that's funny.
yeah. I feel like there's got to be more fun to have be had between him and the monkey now that they're roughly the same size. I think.
That's very true.
Oh god.
I want to know how he works in the bar. Does he have
I-
step ladders? or-
Yeah, I was going to say a series of pulleys and
Okay.
step ladders, I suspect. But,
Okay,
yeah. And remember, you borrowed his roller skates. So unless he has really big feet for his size, then maybe you're.
They were pretty tight.
Yeah, yeah.
Sometimes, pins and needles down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh dear.
Right, people. Shall we
Mm.
end things there for this fine eve? And wish our good people at home a fond evening. And,
A very fond
a very
evening, yeah.
fond evening. And get ready for Time Flux. It's a really good one. Possibility we might split it into two. We'll see how we go. But yeah, I suppose you'll find out next week.
Bring it back, Barton. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Ben, you're coming into this one. I know you weren't in the sort of 5-minute thing we watched.
I'm traveling back in time to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. You come back in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure you can. I don't see a problem. Anywho, we shall see you next
Wow,
time.
Good bit of reverb there on the anywho.
Anywho. Guys, girls, non-binary pills, take it easy at home, and we'll see you again. very
Goodbye,
soon.
everybody.
Goodbye. Bye.